Hello and welcome back to my channel everyone. Thanks so much for coming back and clicking on this video. I just thought I'd do a little sit down video today on our IVF and just give you a little update on what we're thinking and our next steps, etc. So Lee's just got to get Oakley from school, so I've got about half an hour to have a good chat with all of you, and I thought why not sit down and do it now. It's the 24th of February today, it's a Monday, and I've had my call back from the clinic just to have a chat about our previous rounds and anything that they basically want to change or any extras that they can offer, just any testing and stuff like that. They've offered me 2 different screenings this time round because of, I'm just getting it up on my phone to tell you which ones they are, because obviously I've had 5 more transfers since Oakley. I'm sorry about the little flashing on my face as well. I'm facing like the front window and the cars were all going past, so it's a little bit sunny today as well actually, and it's hitting off the cars. Sorry about that. Also didn't want to do it in a dark room, and this is like the best room to kind of do it in. Like I say, I've had a few failed rounds now. The embryos are absolutely fine, there's nothing wrong there. I've had my screening test done, and I've like the general ones, and I've had my scans doing to make sure everything's looking as it should. I've taken my medication they've gave me. There's nothing really stopping a viable pregnancy happening, but it just kind of seems to not be happening, and we're kind of trying to get to the root of why. But even the testing that they can do, the doctors point blank said that it might not even if we get these results back and they're positive, for example, it might not even work still. It's honestly just pot luck with this kind of thing, the same as anyone trying naturally for a baby. It is honestly just pot luck. So I've been offered 2 different blood tests this time round. These tests are mini thrombophilia and a level 2 immune test. So the first one is to do with your blood cells, so white blood cells, etc. in your body. Even though I've been tested for this before, because I've had Oakley, it can form in your body after you've had a baby. So I might not have had anything like that before having Oakley, but since having him, it can kind of form, and then any next pregnancies can kind of be affected by it, or embryo transfers not turning into a viable pregnancy, for example, that can be affected by the white blood cells in your body basically, which is the test called mini thrombophilia. That's basically what I kind of gathered from what they've been telling me anyway. If I had that test and it came up positive, they would introduce aspirin and inatripid, I think it's called, into my protocol. But saying that, even having that test done, if it came up positive and I started having those extra medications on my protocol, it might not work still. They're not, like, it's literally a 50-50 chance. That's literally what they've said to me. So that test on its own is £150. So that's one blood test, and it's a 4-week wait. So I have to have it, say, on a Monday or Tuesday, and then it's a 4-week wait. So I phoned up today about having it, and it's a 4-week wait for the results. So I'll come back to that bit in a minute. The next one, they've said, obviously the level 2 immune test. That one is £428. Like, IVF isn't expensive enough as it is. Like, honestly, I can't. I'm coming to the end of my tether with paying for these treatments and it not working. And I know it's such a sensitive subject, and I know I'm so lucky to have Oakley. And honestly, I hand on heart know that I'm so lucky. It doesn't make it any easier when you're trying for another baby and it's not working for you, especially when you're spending ridiculous amounts on IVF treatment as well. It just kind of adds to the stress and adds to the whole negative experience and sheer sadness basically. So yeah, the immune test that they wanted to do was basically just to make sure that I've got no different antibodies, stuff like that. I'm again not 100% sure on what it is. To be honest, I did struggle understanding my doctor when it came down to the tests and what it kind of shown. But basically what I gathered from it was they can introduce a couple more medications to really help with trying to high the success rate basically. But he point blank said to me, even if these came back positive, even if the level 2 immune test came back and there was something that my body wasn't coping well with and I was on these extra medications, my embryos are really good quality. It could just be one of those things, like it's It's just really hard. So with those 2 tests, it is a £578 total. And that's just for the 2 blood tests. And they are optional. He said, I'm completely happy for you to go ahead if you don't want to have those tests, but we have to offer them to you and we have to kind of follow protocol. But if you want to go ahead, that's also absolutely fine. So I've had that come through. I had a really good chat this morning with a lovely lady on the phone at Care, and me and Lee was having a really good chat. I said I'd phone her back and let her know. Then the medication came through, and that is for my progesterone, my estrogen tablets, and the dispensing fee, and this is the total for that. Anyone going through IVF will know it is not cheap, but this is just, honestly. And then they told me that the frozen embryo transfer cycles had gone up, which I knew anyway because we'd had a go in January, obviously, and that one failed. Was it January? Yeah, January, and that one failed. So I knew that that had gone up anyway. And it's gone up by £100, so that is now the total cost of 1 cycle. So that is just a frozen embryo replacement, basically. So I've got my prescription invoice, the frozen embryo transfer price, and the extra test that they had offered me on top as well. It was coming in at about 3,300, for example. So after a lot of discussions between me and Lee, we had decided not to go for the test this time, purely because it's the 24th of February today, and those tests take about 4 to 6 weeks to come back. So the first one, the mini thrombophilia, takes 4 weeks to come back, and the immune testing takes up to 6 weeks to come back. So that could delay treatment if I start my period, and I can start, say, I don't know, mid-March, say. I'm a little bit in between on where my periods are at the moment. I'm not sure if they're 28 days, not sure if they're 32, don't really know until my actual period starts. That's where we're kind of at the moment. I don't really want to prolong the process any more than I have to. I did have a really good chat with the lady on the phone this morning. She seemed to know quite a lot about the treatment and IVF and the medication and stuff like that, and she was like, if I was you, I would be in exactly the same position. I have decided not to go with that at the moment, purely because, like I said, it's like a 50-50% chance. It's just another like £500 added on to our treatment that we don't need to be spending, and we have already spent, like, I know this is a really sensitive subject, and trust me, it's very sensitive for me as well, money-wise and stuff like that, but we've spent £15,000 on failed cycles so far, like failed transfers, and it hits hard, let me tell you. And that's without the medication, actually, because I'm only adding up our actual frozen embryo replacement cycles. So that's without medication. Let me close this window a little bit. So it's just getting harder and harder, to be honest, to kind of navigate around it and know what to do for the best. But we do like to bite off more than we can chew in this life, mainly, I tell you. There's always something going on. There's always some expense that we need to pay out. It's like really distracting, I know, and I'm sorry. But this is the best lighting in the house, I think, unless I'll maybe go there. Hang on, let me see. I've just moved over here a little bit because that lighting was getting quite bad. The sun is quite low and it's hitting off all the cars. It's definitely something we need to work on in regards to like money and things we're doing in life and things that we're paying for. We also work really hard, and I don't know. I just think it's such a really hard situation. We obviously want baby number 2. We have 3 embryos left frozen. My mental thoughts are having another round with my next period and keeping everything crossed, seeing how we get on. I am also going to start with acupuncture, and the lady who I'm going to use, one of my friends also used, and she's just had her positive pregnancy test. If you do watch, congratulations, you know who you are. But I really want to try her. She gives you like a little food plan that you need to kind of follow. She gives you little massages. Then you also have the acupuncture treatment at the same time. So I do really want to try that this time around. We did try it with our NHS round, like, I don't know, about 8 years ago, which obviously wasn't successful. But I feel like I'm in a lot more of a different mindset compared to where I was back then. I was very naive, I was young, I didn't really, I don't know, I feel like I was just in a bit of a moment with the whole IVF situation. I don't think it really clicked to me, but now I feel a lot more in a good space where I can really truly understand where like manifestation comes in, and yeah, just all of that holistic kind of therapy I feel will really benefit me. I'm not sure if it will, obviously, but I just feel like I need to give everything a try if I can. And if I'm saying no to having blood tests done because the doctor isn't even sure if that's going to help or anything, then yeah, I feel like I really want to just give it a try and see how we get on this round. But I just wanted to give you a little update really on the situation. I know there's so many people going through the same thing, and it is so rubbish, and it's such a catch-22 when you want another baby, whether you've got one already or not. Like, it doesn't make it any easier. I really thought having one would make it easier in the fact of like, oh, it doesn't work, never mind, move on. But it's just like when you've got in your head that you want another one, and like I really want a sibling for Oakley. He's like nearly 5. We've been trying since he was 2. And we've had 5 failed rounds. Like, we just really want it to work now. You know, we spent a lot of money on it. I've really tried to eat healthy. I've stopped all my caffeine intake. I was vaping for quite a while. I'm now really low on vaping. As soon as I start my treatment, obviously I do stop, and I stop during the whole thing. But once I got my negative last time, I started vaping again. It's obviously not a good thing, and no, I shouldn't be doing it, but I don't really drink. I used to only drink really if I was going out, but even now, like, I've been out twice and I haven't drank when I've been out. I've had like 1, and the second time I didn't have anything at all. So I'm just like at the stage where I'm like, I don't know what more I can physically do, to be honest. And I know it's not me, and I said I know it's not me. You do beat yourself up about it, thinking like, is it something that I'm doing? But I'm trying to take my medication at the same time. I'm doing everything they're saying, trying to kind of take myself away from any stressful situations, trying to completely relax. And, you know, I have a really strong, good partner in Lee, and he's really hands-on, and he really takes over when he knows that I need to rest, or he knows that I need to be like not stressed. Oakley's like amazing, like he's so well behaved, and he's so good. I have nothing to make me stressed really, but I think just the daily stresses and daily life do bring stress levels up. And even if you're not consciously stressed, you're subconsciously stressed, just stressing about silly little things in life that are just absolutely irrelevant. Same as the money side, that brings so much stress, because you know you're spending so much money, and you're like, deep down, I need this to work. Like, it's another £4,000, for example, and it's just such like a mental stress that obviously you can't help feeling that way about it, because you're only human, and it's money at the end of the day, isn't it? Only that I know that I'm 29 now, and you know, your body does change, and your body does slow down and stop being so receptive to things. I'm just like, oh, come on, give us one more baby and we're going to be like, we are done. After one more, we are completely done. And we've got 3 more, so in our minds now we're going to try for 1 more, and even if it's the next one, we have 2 more left, we'll sort out what we're going to do with those 2, because we're going to be done after 2. So yeah, that is where we are at the moment. Lee's talked about me kind of going on holiday for a few days after my next transfer, just to kind of switch off, not stress about daily chores, not be lying here thinking, oh, I need to do some washing. I can actually get out, maybe go for a walk, completely relax and chill. But I'm just like, I don't know if that's going to help. I don't know if I'll feel worse. I don't know. But I think I might actually book a little breakaway, even if it's like, I don't know, because I can't really use a spa or anything like that, the same as normal kind of pregnancies. But I might book something just to kind of get away and switch off a little bit. Something nice and cheap, because let me tell you, this is expensive. Like, it's an expensive game. But you can't put a price on having another baby, and I completely get that. And like, if we had to pay £20,000 for Oakley, like we paid £12,000 to get Oakley alone, and I would pay in a heartbeat again. Like, I would sell anything I had to get him again. So I have to keep thinking that way, but it just completely gets you down when you know you've spent £15,000 and nothing's come of it other than a blighted ovum and surgery. Just great, just honestly great. I feel bad for even moaning about it, but when you're going through it, it's just such a rubbish situation. And when I'm in IVF mode, I'm consumed. Like, if any of you have been through IVF or struggles with infertility and like appointments and medication and stuff like that, you'll know it completely consumes your mind, and it's just so frustrating. And like in this situation right now, I'm like, when I go for my next round, I'm not letting it consume me. I'm going to continue as normal. I'm going to be my happy self. But I know for a fact that when I've had my transfer, your mind just goes into complete overdrive. It's all you're thinking about, and it's just frustrating little bubble that you're in, really. A little hopeful, stressful little bubble. Hopefully next time it's going to be completely worth it. I'll keep you updated on what we're getting up to and the treatment and stuff. Like, I'll probably do another vlog when we're starting IVF, and I'll just kind of track it as I'm going, and I'll put that up once, you know, we've had transfer, the same as I have done before. More so for our little journey, I'd like to kind of watch it back. It's like a little diary where I can just completely chat a load of rubbish to a camera and get it all out. It's just quite nice to have you guys and YouTube as a kind of platform where I can let it all out and people understand. And I really hope that nobody judges me for how I'm feeling and, you know, talking about money and stuff like that, because we are just doing what we need to do to kind of get another baby, and I'm only human. I feel the way I feel. I need to stop saying basically, like, but it's hard when I'm just kind of letting it all out as it's coming. On a better note, I'm going to the cinema tonight with my mum and sister to watch Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, and I'm so excited to go watch it. If any of you are into Bridget Jones's anyway, all of them have been absolutely amazing. Like, I absolutely love every single one of the Bridget Jones. So I know this one's just going to be hilarious and it's going to be so good, and I'm really, really excited to go. I need to actually plan with one of my other sisters to do something, because there's quite a few good films out at the moment. I say one of my other sisters, I've got two sisters. We're going with my one sister tonight, and I'm going to plan something with my other sister to maybe go and watch, I don't know, a scary film or something at the cinema. I need to get changed quickly. To be honest, I might just wear this. I'm only going to the cinema. I'm just going to change my bottoms, and I will catch up with you all very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed. Give me a comment down below. Subscribe if you enjoy watching me absolutely waffling on. I promise to try and make some more fun videos. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid.